This is not what I Googled. This is not the scene from Meet the Fockers, I'll tell you that. Why am I nervous? Oh my goodness.
Is your name Lilly Singh?
Yes, my name is Lilly Singh.
Are you the host of A Little Late with Lilly Singh?
I am the host of A Little Late with Lilly Singh.
You ready to do this?
All right, I am completely 110% ready to be very honest with you in this video.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Why is that?
My outfit gets wrinkled very easily, and also I'm a just naturally very honest person, so I think I'm going to reveal some things about myself that are embarrassing.
Why don't we start with YouTube? Do you watch other people's YouTube channels?
I definitely do not watch people on YouTube, no.
Is that true? Never?
Occasionally I'll watch my friends because I enjoy them as people, but for someone who makes YouTube videos, I watch very little YouTube.
So have you ever watched the Try Guys stuff?
I have watched some of the Try Guys stuff because I would consider them friends.
Do you have a favorite Try Guy?
The Try Guy I think I spend the most time with is Eugene, and I think we both kind of have the connection of like, oh my god, underrepresented, minority, me too, sick! So we have that connection, but I think they're all very sweet.
That true?
Yes.
Are you a subscriber to their channel?
Can't say with 100% confidence that I'm subscribed to their channel. I feel like the subscribe function has become just dust, to be honest, on YouTube. Obviously, I'm saying this because my subscribers have not grown, so this is just my defense mechanism.
What about the D'Amelios? You ever watch what Charlie or Dixie does?
I only have watched some TikToks from Charlie because I know she's like the queen of TikTok. I think I've watched half of a video on YouTube. Maybe we should do with James Charles. I generally don't find the vlogging stuff very entertaining to watch myself. That's on me. I'm sure she's lovely. You know what's funny? I vlog, so people probably don't watch me either. I know they don't watch me either because I can see my views, but...
If, let's say, you were just moving to LA now, would you join one of the collab houses?
If I was the same age I am right now and where I am in my career, I do not think I would join one of those collab houses because that type of content, I don't think anything's wrong with it. It just personally doesn't fulfill me. Like, I think I like more scripted film type stuff.
That check out?
She's telling the truth.
That's the truth. I can't keep up with the youngins. They can pick up choreo like this. The 12-year-olds have abs. I'm like, what, how is this happening? How is this all happening? I can't compete with that. I know my place.
Do you stay up to date on YouTuber drama?
I do everything in my power to avoid hearing about drama, except for every other day where I cave and I read all about it on Twitter. But I genuinely don't like having that energy in my life, so I try to avoid it.
Would you say that posting a breakup video is a cheap way to get views?
I definitely think posting a breakup video is a cheap way to get views. I also think it's a genius thing, and I applaud everyone that has done it.
Would you ever post a breakup video?
I don't think I would post a breakup video, mostly because I wouldn't post a video saying this is the person I'm with, so it wouldn't make any sense. I am a pretty private person, but that's me right now. Who knows? I could completely change next year.
Do you think it's hard to get famous on YouTube these days?
I would say it is very hard to get famous on any social media platform these days because there's so many people doing it.
Would you make a bad video if there were guaranteed views?
I do cheap stuff sometimes for views, like my mom roasting me or like talking about something that might be a little bit more tea spilling, but me personally, it's just not the type of content that fulfills me. So if you look at my vlog channel, like this is real, I do not get a lot of views at all. And it's because my vlog titles are like boring and my thumbnails are boring and they're like, I went to work today, I sat at my desk. It's like things I actually am doing in my day and I just can't put myself in the position to be like, I'm giving away $10,000 to someone who flips a coin. Like other people are doing that and they have the guts for that and I just do not. I just can't do it.
So you'll never give away a Tesla?
I will never give away a Tesla. Absolute no. Why would I do that? No. I think I've contributed enough to the world. I think I've helped people. I give them confidence. I hold doors open. I don't need to give away Teslas. I would like the Tesla for myself. I did let my friend drive my Tesla once. My roommate, so I feel like it's the same thing also.
That's not the same thing.
But then he crashed it, so now no one's allowed to drive it, so we're back to being a bad person.
Would you let Samantha, our operator, borrow your Tesla?
When we say borrow, are we talking like you want to take a picture with it, or like you want to actually drive it, or?
She wants to drive it.
Absolutely not. There's not a world in which Samantha would be driving my Tesla.
That's true.
I'm sure you wouldn't let me drive this either, so I think we're on the same page.
Let's talk about your relationships. You want to get married one day?
I do want to get married one day. I think years ago, if you asked me, this would have been no, but I think as I've grown up and realized that life is lonely, I would like to get married, yes.
Do you think you'll get married one day?
I do think I'll get married one day.
Are you secretly married and no one knows?
I am not secretly married right now, no. If you think I would be married without making a full-fledged live stream Instagram post about it, getting all those double taps and whoring myself out, sorry for language, you are wrong, okay? Because that's absolutely what I would do.
That's true.
Do you think all Hollywood marriages are doomed to fail?
I do not think all Hollywood marriages are doomed to fail. I do think it's very difficult to have a relationship in the public eye, which is why I, for as long as possible, will avoid having that.
Unless it gets you a lot of likes.
Yeah, we would have to be pretty far down the road where I'm like, I feel confident enough that if I put you on the gram, it's not going to come back to you. There's a certain level of trust that'll have to be developed for sure.
You have a lot of famous guests on your show.
Correct.
You ever thought something romantic would happen with one of your guests?
Absolutely. There's been several guests where afterwards when I said, thank you so much for coming on the show, and they're just doing their bit that's like, yeah, of course, thanks for having me, and I turn around and I'm like to my assistant, like, they were flirting with me, right? And they're like, no, they're doing a press junket, you psychopath. So, absolutely. In fact, with one of my guests that shall remain unnamed, after we finish the show.
Who was that?
You take this. I don't know. You, Samantha, you tell me. I was talking about how I saw this person on Raya, dating app for the bougie, right? Then they said, oh, so you didn't swipe on me or message me? They said that to me. Is that not flirting?
In my professional opinion, that is flirting.
The scientist says it's flirting. So I would just like to say that I'm not always crazy, only sometimes.
Do you think dating apps like Raya are destroying romance?
I do not think dating apps are destroying romance. I think it's just a different way to do something.
Have you ever met up with someone off of an app?
I have absolutely met up with people. Oh, I'm like,
She's telling the truth.
Have you ever ghosted anyone?
I have ghosted someone until I eventually was like, this is mean and I should do something about it.
So what did you do about it?
I texted them like 5 months later. And I said, I'm so sorry, I was shooting. That's the good thing about having a show, is no matter how long the duration is, you can say I was shooting.
Let's talk about your life. So you pride yourself on being relatable, but now that you have your own show, do you still think you're relatable?
Not all the time. I think I'm relatable because I get stressed and I feel lonely and I have universal emotions, but I also deal with things on a daily basis that the average person is like, what the hell are you talking about? We don't have a showrunner. We don't know these issues. So genuinely one of my concerns is that I become less and less relatable for sure. That's why I talk about Spanx so much, because I feel like that's relatable.
Do you still buy your own groceries?
I do buy my own groceries for the most part, but sometimes I do not. If I'm very busy, I get someone else to buy my groceries, but I enjoy grocery shopping. Mostly because one time I told my assistant to buy my groceries and he bought everything from Whole Foods and I was like, how dare you? How dare you spend this much money? And from then I tried to buy my own groceries.
Thank you for your honesty.
Thank you, I'm a cheap person.
That's true.
Thank you.
Do you do your own laundry though?
I do my own laundry very poorly. Sometimes my roommate has to help me out a little bit because I leave things in the dryer for days on end. So I try my best. I also just have a lot of underwear, so I don't have to do it that often. I have like 70 underwears. I don't know.
Have you participated in an Uber pool in the last year to save a few bucks?
I have not taken an Uber pool in the last year.
So, not that relatable.
Damn it! Dude, you're right!
Do you secretly enjoy being recognized in public?
Sometimes, not all the time. I enjoy being you want to get honest? I enjoy being recognized in public if I'm with someone I want to impress. If I am on a date or if I am with like someone from the studio, an exec, a new friend, meeting someone new, I'm like, oh my god, please, I'm hoping in my brain, please someone recognize me. I really want to be cool because then this person's going to think I'm cool and they're going to be nicer to me. However, if I'm by myself or I'm just in a rush, I don't like being recognized because it gives me anxiety.
You ever say no to a fan's request?
I very rarely said no to fans when they ask for pictures, which is why there's a lot of ugly pictures of me out there in the world, to be honest. I have said no, though. There was a time when I was running to catch a flight, I said no. But I would say my yes rate is probably like 98% yes.
Have you Googled yourself in the last 24 hours?
I have not Googled myself in the past 24 hours. I have Googled myself in the last 48 hours.
What'd you find out?
I was actually a YouTube search. I was looking for a clip from season 1 of my show, so I just put into YouTube A Little Late with Lilly Singh, and the top recommendation was A Little Late with Lilly Singh cringe, and I was like, thank you so much.
So you replaced Carson Daly as the NBC late night host?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean he's your favorite late night personality?
Carson Daly is not my favorite late night personality, no.
So, who is?
You want to get honest? I didn't grow up watching late night. I was not one of those people who watched a lot of these hosts and didn't grow up. My parents never watched late night. And I think it's because they could never really relate to anything, which is why I think me having my own show is very important. Definitely the host I'm most familiar with and have had the most interaction with is Jimmy Fallon.
So your show airs at 1:35 a.m.?
Mm-hmm.
So do you stay up late to watch it every night?
I have watched my show A Little Late with Lilly Singh at 1:30 in the morning one time. That was for the premiere, and I've never watched my show live, or even not live, to be honest, beyond that.
So did you lie at any point during this lie detector test and we didn't catch you?
I did not lie at all throughout this lie detector test.
Do you ever lie?
Absolutely lie. Of course. You know how many meetings I have with executives? I have to lie.